So there's this guy named David Avalon. So back in the day, a lot of people try to get stuff popular in jiu-jitsu, and some of it was cool, and some of it was crap, and some of it was like, but this guy came out with this thing called the Kimura Trap System, and it actually works. Everybody still uses that, you know? So what it is basically he uses the Kimura to do things with that most people weren't paying attention to or didn't notice. Okay, so for example, for the longest time, let's say half guard was a common one. If I Kimura somebody, you would go, you only got one move. You have the Kimura. So if I got it, I've got the Kimura. Okay? But the Kimura Trap System showed you that if you can get the Kimura grip, you can take a guy's back, you can Kimura them, or you can armbar them. There's 3 moves. Sometimes you can sweep them. So it's like, just because I got that grip, I can do all this stuff with it, okay? So this is the first kind of little move that I got used to doing from the system that made sense, and it was from, normally I hit it from half guard. So I got like a knee shield, I'm framing here, and I'm grabbing his hand, okay? So I prop up to my elbow and grab his hand, but he grabs the inside of his thigh, okay? So what I do is I take my leg out and post it on the ground. I pull my foot out. Now look, my head goes under his arm, okay? And I spin to here. Normally I put my knee on his knee and I kind of pull him over into my lap, okay? Kimura, he blocks it. Use this foot to pull my bottom leg out. I spin and knock him over. Pull him into my guard. This goes here, and then I lock up and finish him off. We had some good questions, so we might as well go over like some of the stuff that happened. So one, I go for the Kimura, and I try to spin, but he's kind of laying on my arm. Laying on my leg, and my knee's stuck, and I can't spin out. Okay, so the easiest thing to do from here is to pull your knee out. Now, be nice, don't jam your knee into your partner's head, but I'm gripping up. I scoot away a little bit and I put my knee on his shoulder. And then I drive my knee into his shoulder to get him out, and then this spins, rotates to the top of his hip here. When I push and squeeze my knees, a lot of times I can break his grip. So I go boom, boom, and then I Kimura him, or he'll try to straighten his arm, with which I feed my foot and set for the armbar. Now, the initial problem was my leg was stuck, which I just fixed by taking my leg out. So if his arm's stuck, I have the option to post again and spin back to what we were just doing, okay? This was the question. I get here, the question was, I get here, and what happens is the guy just passes. Boom, no problem. Okay, so once you get here, what you're gonna do is, if you sense the guy passing, you stick your foot in, pull this out. So I stick my foot in, look, my foot goes in and I kind of push here, my foot comes out, now he's passing, but I pull, see, and then I roll over my head to hit the armbar on the other side. When I'm sticking this foot here, when I stick my foot in, it's actually going like that on the other side. Does that make sense? So his arm is here, and I come up on my shoulder, and my foot goes here. So now I use that to pull this out. Now I'm on the top of my head. That's how I spin. Get on your head. Several people don't even do the spin. They don't give a shit about the spin. they just do the Kimura and then they rip their leg out and kick and Kimura. Like that's all they did. And that's still like out of the system. But here, look, lean forward. So I get ready to lean. I come up onto my shoulder, corner of my head. My foot goes to the cross hip. I push to get my foot out. Now I'm on top of my head. See, this rolls him over. And I go here. Another option you're gonna have here is if your leg is stuck and his arm's in the way, what you're gonna do is maybe you try to pull your knee out, but your foot's kind of stuck. You're having trouble getting the angle. So you're gonna pull this out and you're gonna kind of invert underneath. So right here, when you invert, you grab the arm, come up and get his head. This will turn him and you have a sideways. All right.